So if you're the type of person that spends a lot of time at your computer desk working or listening to music, or maybe you're a gamer and you want to level up your audio, if that's you, then the new version of the Klipsch Promedia 2.1 might be exactly what you need. And this speaker system has a brand new feature which I will explain later on in the video. So I've been using these speakers for way over a month now, and at first I was using them either side of my TV. They're now up here either side of my computer. So I have tested all scenarios when it comes to this speaker system. And this will be an in-depth and long-term review on these speakers. So first of all, let's talk about how they perform when watching TV or playing console games on your main TV. So originally I set these up specifically to watch the Justice League Snyder Cut, and my first impressions when I set these up either side of my TV was, wow, they really blew me away. It's quite rare these days for a home audio bit of tech to really surprise me, but these actually did. And one of the real advantages here of having this kind of speaker setup as opposed to a soundbar is the left and right audio channels can be so far apart that you get a better soundstage when it comes to 2.1 audio. And when you think about it, soundbar speakers are so close together, you're never going to get that true separation as it was intended to be when they master the audio for films and stuff in a studio. And as well as the fantastic audio separation, these speakers actually get very, very loud. And they can also do it without losing too much clarity or becoming too sharp and ear-piercing, which is a great quality to have. And this is largely thanks to Henley Audio and Klipsch's background and experience in manufacturing really high-end audio equipment. I mean, some of their equipment costs thousands and thousands of pounds, and they know all about high-end audio. And trust me when I say this, don't be fooled by what appears to be a very plain and innocent looking satellite speaker. So check this out. Inside each speaker, we have an 8cm Klipsch Micro Tractrix horn mid-bass driver accompanied by a 19mm PEI polyethermide tweeter, which will deliver those really crystal clear high-end audio frequencies. Now let's talk about the troublemaker, the subwoofer. Quite honestly, true story, this subwoofer got me in a lot of trouble with my neighbor. So after watching the Snyder Cut, I thought it would be a good idea to throw on some Call of Duty Warzone. And I was quite swiftly interrupted by a knock at the door, and my neighbor told me that the paintings on his living room walls were literally vibrating and wobbling off the walls. And you know what's really crazy? It's the fact that I only had the bass level at about 50% on the dial. So this is capable of way more, and that is quite terrifying. So if you're all about the bass, this £270 speaker setup is going to deliver. In fact, it's going to over deliver, and you also get that crystal clear clarity thanks to the satellite speakers and that advanced driver tech inside. But you know, the thing that's really quite surprising about the subwoofer on this speaker system is it's actually quite compact. It's more compact than a lot of the subwoofers I've tested with soundbars, for example. But it is heavy and it's very dense. And just like the satellite speakers, it's kind of like the wolf in lamb's clothing. Inside this very sturdy ported wood casing is a menacing sideways firing 17cm subwoofer driver. So here's my thoughts if you're thinking about buying one of these for your TV setup. So first of all, the clarity is amazing. The bass, like I said before, will over deliver. The separation on the left and right channels is fantastic. Yes, you could do better if you had a 5.1, but this is a stereo setup. And if that's all you need, you'll be very happy with this. The only drawbacks to using it as a TV audio solution is the fact that there's only one input method, and that is the analog jack. So that needs to go straight into your headphone jack on your TV. It would have been nice to have seen an optical port or a HDMI ARC port, but if you're just listening to stereo, the analog jack is actually built for that, so it's perfect. Another little drawback is the fact that there isn't a remote control for it. So if you need to quickly turn down the bass levels because your neighbor's paintings are rattling off the wall, then you'll actually have to get off your ass and get up and turn the dial down, which is probably a good thing. I think a lot of us need to lose that lockdown belly, so getting off the sofa might actually do you some good. And one more thing I should mention about using this as a TV setup is the fact that the speakers wire straight into the subwoofer, which means the subwoofer has to be somewhere near your TV unless you extend the speaker cable, which can be a bit of a headache, but you can do it if you really want to. Apart from that, it's a fantastic alternative to a soundbar in my opinion. And if you do decide to pick these up, a little ninja tip for you guys, make sure you adjust the bass levels quite low at the beginning, because there's nothing worse than getting all comfortable, starting to watch a movie, and then suddenly something explodes and everything starts shaking in the house. So make sure you tweak your bass levels. So now the Klipsch Promedia 2.1 live up here either side of my computer screen, and I decided to put them here because I spend a lot of time here. I don't watch movies all the time, I do edit videos all the time. So what I've noticed here, using it as an upgrade to my built-in speakers, is it's so much better. And the fact that the speakers are so much closer to you at the desk means that you don't have to have it as loud, and also you don't have that issue with the remote control, because you can literally just reach out and adjust the bass and the volume whenever you want to. In this particular scenario, the higher frequencies are all important, and again, like I said before, they're much closer to you, so the clarity is better, the sound doesn't have to travel as far, and they do work really well for video editing and stuff like that. So now let's talk about the new upgrade that Klipsch have made to the Promedia 2.1 2021 version, and it's the inclusion of Bluetooth. So this is fantastic because you can pair your smartphone, you can even pair your computer instead of using the analog jack if you wanted to, but I've actually got it connected to Alexa. So whenever I want to play music or anything like that, I can actually speak to my show over here, and it will then stream the audio via Bluetooth to the Klipsch speakers. And of course I could load up YouTube music on the Mac or these or anything like that if I wanted to. So the new Bluetooth upgrade has a lot of possibilities for these speakers, and when it comes to listening to music in general, it's only got 2 dials, volume and bass. It's very loud and it's very bassy, and if you turn the bass down you can get more clarity out of them as well. So there's a little bit of everything there to suit anybody. It really is a good sound investment for the price that it comes in at. I can definitely recommend these speakers to you guys. I'm so glad I've got them here connected to this computer. It has literally been a game changer for me. If you guys want to check them out, there'll be a link below this video. And if you want to check out the full specs, follow that link. You can check them all out there. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't be late.